I was walking home late one night after finishing my shift at a small diner downtown. The streets were nearly empty, and the only sound was the rhythmic tapping of my footsteps on the cracked pavement. The city had an eerie silence at this hour, the kind that made you feel like you were the only person left in the world. As I turned onto a dimly lit street, I noticed a figure standing under a flickering streetlight. He was tall, impossibly thin, and wearing an old suit that looked a few sizes too big. His posture was odd. His back was straight, but his head tilted slightly to the side, like a broken marionette. Then I saw his face. He was grinning. Not a normal smile, not even a creepy smile. This was something worse. His lips were stretched too far, his teeth exposed in an unnatural, almost predatory way. His eyes were wide open, unblinking, staring at me with an intensity that made my stomach churn. I quickened my pace, my heart pounding. I tried not to make eye contact, hoping he would just stand there. But he moved. Not walked, glided. His feet barely seemed to touch the ground as he mimicked my pace, always maintaining the same eerie grin. I turned a corner, hoping to lose him, but when I glanced over my shoulder, he was closer. Much closer. His movements became erratic, almost like a marionette being yanked by invisible strings. He took exaggerated steps, sometimes hopping, sometimes shuffling, all while keeping his unsettling grin locked on me. I felt panic rise in my throat. My apartment was only a few blocks away, but it felt like miles. I broke into a sprint, my breath ragged, my ears ringing with the silence of the night. Then I heard footsteps, not normal ones. They slapped against the pavement, fast, uneven, and getting louder. I turned my head. He was running, still grinning. I didn't think. I just ran. My legs burned, my lungs ached, but I pushed forward, desperate to get away. When I reached my building, I fumbled with my keys. My hands shaking so badly I nearly dropped them, my ears straining for any sound outside. As soon as the door unlocked, I threw myself inside and slammed it shut. My chest heaved as I pressed my back against the door. Silence. Had he given up? After a few minutes, I forced myself to peek through the peephole. The street was empty. No sign of him, no sound. Relief flooded me, but only for a moment. Because then, a shadow moved, right by my window, and then I heard something. A low, whispered chuckle, and the sound of someone grinning in the dark,